Planetary mixers have to be one of the best inventions when it comes to home kitchens. And until I had one in mine, I used to struggle with baking, but this got me on the right track, and that's what we're doing today, some home baking. We're gonna bake a stone cake with some whiskey cream. This is a very basic vanilla cake, but what takes it to the next level is pairing the stone fruits with the whiskey cream, which we'll get to later. So start off with our cake, like any normal vanilla cake, 220 grams of caster sugar, and 220 grams of butter, 1:1. And we're gonna beat that for about 5 to 8 minutes until it's nice and light and fluffy. And that's gonna be the base of our cake. You can see how what's in there has changed colour completely. It's really light and fluffy. So we're gonna add our eggs one at a time. Once one has been incorporated in, you can add the next one. That's our last egg gone in. Once that is incorporated in, we're going to add in a little bit of vanilla, about a teaspoon of vanilla paste, about a teaspoon of allspice, and the zest of 1 orange. Once you've got all of your zest, this was a huge orange. So it'll be nice and orangey. Pop that in. And then I'll grab my collar. Grab my collar and spoon in my self-raising flour, which I have 2 cups of. As soon as we've got all our flour in, we can turn our Mixmaster off, take off our collar, and we have our cake batter. This is a great little recipe on its own without the stone fruits added in. So if you just wanted to make a nice vanilla cake, but you could add in extra flavour if you wanted to, some more spices, some cinnamon, put all the mixture off. Scrape down the sides of the bowl, and that mixture is just going to go straight into our round cake tin, which I've already lined on the bottom with some baking paper. So we'll pop that in, get all our cake mixture into our cake tin, and that is always the best part of a cake, so don't throw that out. Give it to someone who'll enjoy it if you've got kids, or maybe the kids, because they won't be able to have this once you make the whiskey cream, so they'll be able to enjoy the batter. So my stone fruits I've already cut in half, and then cut in half again, and then cut in half again. So I think I've got 8s that ends up being, if my maths is correct. So I've cut it into little triangles, little pieces, and I can just pop them, just push them gently down into the cake mix. The cake will rise around these. You know, if you push them down too hard, you'll end up with them definitely at the bottom. And you want them to sit and the cake to rise around it. And I've got in here nectarines, plums, and peaches. You put apricots in if you wanted to, whatever your favourite stone fruits were. And most stone fruits, cherries would go in there quite nicely as well. Most stone fruits go really well with whiskey, and that's all we're worried about, is that marrying up of the whiskey. And once that's nice and neatly in there, pop it into the oven, 180 degrees for about 45 minutes. Whiskey cream could not be simpler. I'm using a whiskey cream itself, but you can use straight whiskey if you want to. So a little shot of our whiskey cream, which I only need 40 mils, so literally a shot and a half pretty much. About 40 mils of the whiskey cream, and then about 350 mils of cream. And some icing sugar, about 1/4 cup of icing sugar. And then we'll just whisk that to a nice soft peak.